about me, so you can understand that. I grew up right here in Houston, and I had a dream, just like I'm pretty sure all of y'all have dreams. I had a dream to play professional basketball. When you look at me, I'm 5'8" with high heels on, so most people wouldn't assume that a 5'8" looked like a Smurf is going to play professional basketball. My dad was 6'6", my brothers were 6'8", 6'7", 6'2". My mother was 5'3", and my aunts were Ewoks on Star Wars, but I had a dream. I grew up in poverty. We were so broke, if you tried to rob us, you'd be practicing. My daddy and Osama bin Laden were probably the two best hide-and-go-seek players I've ever known. When I was in high school, my principal said, "We're going to call your dad." I said, "You found it?" So obviously growing up with that, my mom was the type of woman that if I got an 89, she'd cuss me out because I should have got a 90. If I got a 90, she'd cuss me out because I should have got a 91. And if I got a 100, she wouldn't say nothing because that's what I should have got. And so obviously as a kid, I was a young boy, I was a mother's boy. Everything that I did to please my mom. So every accomplishment you read about was a purpose behind it. And I thought if I could score more points, if I could make more money, maybe my mother would love me more. Because growing up as a kid, I never heard that. I never heard that as a kid growing up. My dad was real abusive. He was a cop. He would beat my mom. He would beat my brothers. He would beat me. And there were many times my dad would make me watch him, make my mother get on her knees on the gravel street and beat him with a water hose. So, and as a kid growing up, nobody knew that. I mean, and I say that to say that a lot of you girls, you know, as you're going to school, as you go to your school, there are girls, people walking past us every day, but we get so caught up in we spend money we don't have to please people we don't like. And it becomes all about perception and what we look like. But at the end of the day, this is cool what y'all are doing, because hopefully it'll motivate you young ladies to do more than what like maybe your parents did, or more than just a clique or a little like a gang. You kind of get together and talk about good stuff, but really do something that people will remember you for. So I'm going to school every day, high school, Eisenhower High School, where they hug you before they mug you and stab you before they grab you. And I'm going to school every day, and I'm getting, my mom should not tell me she loved me, my dad was abusive, and I was thinking about suicide. I was getting to school, I was getting teased. I used to have buck teeth, and people used to say, "Why don't you shut your mouth?" I'm like, you know. Before there was Walmart, there was Kmart, and my mom bought me these jeans called choppers. They had a big chopper on the back, so all these guys would bring remote controls to school and go, "Can you fly?" So it was rough. But nobody knew that, because the girls talk about everything. Y'all talk about everything. Guys, we hold everything in. Our butt be so tight, Moses gonna party. You know what I mean? And I like to have fun, so y'all don't have to be, if you hold it in, you gonna fart. So let everything, I love to have fun. So let's loosen up a little bit here. Everybody, there's a black guy. But let's get excited. So I'm going to school every day, and I'm thinking about suicide. I know a lot of you looking like dark chocolate. It is. But anyway, so I'm going to school every day, and I'm thinking about suicide. You know what I mean? And nobody knew that my dad was beating my mom. Nobody knew that. And so my high school counselor was a short white lady, cute white lady, kind of like you. And every day, but anyway, I'm coming to school, and this lady, kind of like, maybe she was in a group like yours, and she came to me and she said, "You know what?" She said, "You're awesome." And I thought that was weird, because where I grew up, black people don't walk up to other black people and go, "Hey, Leroy, you're awesome." I mean, what am I saying? I sounded like Chewbacca when I did. So you have to understand culture too. You have to understand culture, especially if you want to reach the world. You got to understand that everybody may not be raised like you. So you're going to have girls, like that's why I tell girls, if you're a girl, every day you need to look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. If you're white, you need to go, "Hey, my God, I'm so amazing." If you're Hispanic, muy, muy bonita, caliente. If you're a black girl, "Hey, for real, hey." If you're Asian, get ready for a photo now, whatever you do. And so this lady who saw past my skin color, what I smelled like, my economic background, and she just told me that I was awesome, and I thought it was weird, but you know what, I liked it. She told me I was amazing. I said, "I'm not Spider-Man." You know what I mean? Selena Gomez. But anyway, those words, she gave me my first birthday party when I was 12 years old, and I went from making F's to being on the honor roll my sophomore, junior, and senior year, to being the first one to graduate from college in my family. My high school coach, he drove me, like I said, my neighborhood was bad. Drive-bys was my alarm clock. Did this yet? It's crazy. Crackheads look like dancers from Thriller. It's just, you know, me doing the thing. So he takes me to the River Oaks, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "You can live in a house like that." And that changed my mindset. Obviously, I went on to play. I'll tell you about my whole life. I went on from that point. I said to myself, if I really listen to like these leaders that you have, you know, Cameron Diaz, Taylor Swift, and Sandra Bullock. I mean, if you really listen to these ladies, and I said to myself, if I really listen to them, then my children won't have to grow up like I did. Like they'll grow up in a better neighborhood, they'll go to better schools, they'll talk different. Like, Father, were you poor, Father? Did you eat the government cheese? Father, were you a Negro? Father, it changed my life. it changed my life because leaders like what you have spoke life into my life. So I ended up going to college in Hillsborough, Texas, and graduated from California where the gas prices were so high, the Crips and the Bloods were riding together. So I ended up going to become an All-American, did all that thing. And one of the other things was when I was a kid in 5th grade, I came home, I saw my mom bleeding because my dad was really abusive. He was a cop. And so from that moment, I said, you know what? I never want my wife, when I get married, I never want my wife to look at me the way my mom looked at my dad. And I never wanted my kids to look at me the way we looked at our dad. So in high school, I started writing poems to my wife. I wrote poems to this woman I never met. Poems like, where you at? I miss you. You know, cuter than Justin Bieber. I mean, they were poems. And I came home after my first week of Globetrotter. I signed autographs at Willowbrook Mall. And my wife signed it. And you got to understand, my wife is so black, she can put her fingerprints on charcoal. You know what I mean? You know you black if you can wear yellow lipstick and look like a cheeseburger. So, you know what I'm saying? But my wife is fat, P-H-A-T, pretty hot and tempting. And so I'm signing autographs. She walked by and I said, the Lord is my shepherd. He knows what I want. And I followed her to this Barnes & Nobles and I started talking to her. And I was like, listen, you have a boyfriend? She said, no. I said, how long have you had that problem? Don't settle for a kids meal when you can get a value pack. Don't get a hamburger when you can get a Big Mac. And after she slapped me, I gave her my phone number. She was different than any girl I've ever dated. She walked into a room and it was dark. There was like one light on her. It was actually like two because she was black. I couldn't see her. And I began to realize she was the one. So I retired from playing professional sports. I took her to Galveston. I put a white piano on the beach. I got 11 of my best friends. I gave them all white tuxedos. Gave each of them one white rose. And as I played her song, each guy brought a rose. We took a helicopter to a building downtown Houston. I had a table set up. She liked Subway salad, 6-inch turkey on wheat, everything with bell pepper. She liked a coffee black like her man when equal. I know the girl, you know what I mean? I put the ring in the sandwich. She didn't eat it, but she said yes. So the next day I took her to the movie, bought 3,000 roses. And while we waited for the movie to come on, all these guys started bringing the roses. So I got I was mad and I walked in front of the movie theater. I've spoken in front of 8 million people. I don't get nervous. But I was sweating like Mike Tyson in the spelling bee contest. So I mean, I was sweating. And I said, I want to thank my girlfriend, my fiance for saying yes. It's been 10 years, 10 months, 2 days, about 14 hours, 12 minutes, 39 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. That was another great moment. Another great moment, I have 2 boys. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. And my 11-year-old, he loves, I love playing like Xbox and PlayStation. I don't know if any of y'all play that. Any of y'all like games? Yeah, I do. I'm slowly going. So I grew up, I was real competitive, and I'm always, like, because it's good to be pushed, but it's also good to know that you're special, not because of what you do or don't do, because you're awesome anyway. And when you came into the world, breathing push, and you came out, you were great. And so for me, I didn't understand it because as a kid, my mom beat me down, and you hear a lot of pushing, but you don't need to hear now, I love you, and I'm proud of you. And so my son, we're playing that. If you ever play 2 players, if you stay close together, you can move forward. But if one player stays still, the other player can't move. So me and my son were playing like Spider-Man, we're fighting Venom, and I'm like, get some, talk to him, and all of a sudden Venom started jumping on me. I look over at my son Seth, and he was hitting rocks. So I get mad, I give him my silent voice. I'm like, Seth, you're Spider-Man, come save the world. They killed the brother, come help me out. My son comes over, we're fighting the Venom, hit something, talk to him, all of a sudden the Venom started jumping on me. I look over at my son Seth, and he was hitting rocks. So I get mad, I give him my Medea voice. Hello, Seth, help me! He comes over, we're fighting Bill, and I try to jump off a bridge, and I can't because my son Seth was hit rocks. So I go, cut the game off, go to sleep. You don't want to win, go to sleep. And I'm sitting there watching the show, and I'm thinking to myself, I am an idiot. So go to my son Seth and go, Seth, listen, I'm sorry, your dad is an idiot. Your dad, all I wanted to do was play Spider-Man. He didn't care how many points we scored. He didn't care that I was white and the Venoms made me black. He just wanted to play Spider-Man with his dad. I want you young girls to know that you're loved today, not because of what you do or don't do. You're loved simply because. And when you can realize that, then it takes so much pressure off trying to be better than somebody else when you know you're special already. My baby boy Silas, he loves playing hide and go seek. When you play hide and go seek, you want to hide in good places like the oven, maybe the ceiling fan. If you're little like me, you can hide in your mama's purse, but you just want to hide. So what I do is I count to 10, my son Silas will hide, but he won't go hide. What he'll do is take 3 steps and do this. I mean, looking like a black ninja. Like, what is that? So I'm the dad, I gotta get to the game, I count to 10, 1, 2, 3, I look for Silas, where's Silas? Where's Silas? Baby's under the bed? Not there, my son Silas is doing this. And see, I'm not Stevie Wonder. I'm not Stevie Wonder. I know that even you girls, maybe don't look like that. A lot of you go home to exactly everything that I'm telling you about my own story, my own life. But again, because of perception, we walk around and we smile, but inside we're crying. And it's all this push and push and push. There's nothing wrong with that. The be successful in life. I was that kid. And just 5 years ago was the first time in my life I ever heard. I'm 42. It was the first time I heard from my own mom that she loved me. And so I came here today. Obviously, I love to make people laugh because, like I said, you don't want your butt to be so tight Moses couldn't party. Because even as I was watching them, because whatever you do, be passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, then get out of it. Don't do it just because somebody else is doing it. If you're going to do it with everything you got. And so I wanted to kind of do a little acronym. Then I wanted to kind of open it up too. I wanted to dare you young ladies to be great. Because greatness is inside. I have a friend, he's 6'4", 300 pounds. He is the black version of Shrek. And he had a dream to play in the NFL. And the NFL stands for not for long. 6'4", 300-pound kid from Florida, but he made a lot of bad choices. Somebody said bad choices.
Bad choices.
Good job, Samantha. Bad choices. So instead of going to schools like Florida State, Florida, he went to some weak school, but he found himself as a security guard at a public school. They didn't give him a gun. They didn't give him mace. They gave him a flashlight. And can you imagine a 6'4" black guy to school with a flashlight coming out? I see you. I see you. And he looked in the mirror one day. He said, you know what? I'm not living my dream. I'm going to put on earth to be a security guard. So he goes, he's watching Monday Night Football with his brother. And haters are born every 2.4 seconds. They go to Hater High School, they drink Haterade, and they watch Hater Vision. And he looks over his brother and he says, hey man, by this time next year, I'm going to be in the NFL. His brother goes, man, stop lying. You're a security guard. They didn't even give you a gun. They didn't give you mace. They give you a flashlight with no batteries. But after this game was over, he started working out. 6'4" black guy running through the neighborhood, sounding like Darth Vader, like and his lips were so big, it looked like two pancakes fighting over syrup. You know what I mean? But the next year, he was starting for the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how you finish. The D is every day you wake up, make a decision. Make decisions every day, whether to put makeup on, whether not. You know, whatever your decisions is. You know, all of you made she made a decision today to buy homegirl some chocolate candies. And she was like, I feel the love, Selena. You know what I mean? She made a decision to be a leader. She said, I'm proud of you. I'm sitting back in the back watching you like, at 12, 16, who did you do it? I mean, you just delegate like, you do it, girl. You do it, girl. You do it. You do it. I was proud of you. I was sitting there watching you. Like, look at my girl. You're the treasurer? You're the treasurer? Who's the treasurer? Somebody? You're the one buying all the clothes that makes sense. Okay, cool. So anyway, I was watching you guys, and all of you are different. Some of you are loud, some of you are quiet. But whatever you do, it should be something about your life with some kind of passion. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Then the A is aspire. Who motivated you? Maybe it was Taylor Swift, because I knew she was trouble when she walked in. Maybe it was Sandra Bullock, because she got me on the blind side. Or maybe it was Cameron Diaz. Maybe she'll be your counselor. I don't know. But who inspired you to do what you're doing? Or whatever it is you want to do in life, Selena. Who inspired you? Who do you look up to? And I know for me, I look up to everybody because I'm short. And they would pick me up. Hey, what's up? I'm Gargamel. Put me back down. And I inspired. And I was a kid growing up, I saw this guy, he was 5'5". You understand, being that my dad was 6'6", and all my brothers, you know, my dad's dad was an alcoholic and a gambler. He beat my mom's mom all the time. So my mom, all my 4 aunts, 3 of them married the same type of guys, abusive dudes. My grandfather, my dad's dad had been married 8 times. So in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you come from. Everybody got that? In order to know where you're going, you got to know where you come from. And so for me, I started seeing, why would my dad beat my mom all the time? And why can't I mean, women, y'all love all they love. It's just in you. But how can a mom not tell her son she loves her? I can understand a dude, but a woman? You know what I mean? So I did some investigation. I came in incognito to find out this thing out. And I found out my mom's dad was jacked up, and her mom was jacked up, and my dad, but you can change the cycle. And so I would go to Denny's every day. I made a decision. I got a job, and I went to Denny's every summer when I was in college. I'd go to Denny's, and there was this guy, this white guy and his wife would walk in every day. They would be holding hands, blowing kisses. She would catch them. Thanks, Roman. And I thought, wow. I was watching this guy. They would switch straws, and when he would talk about his wife, he was all mad. He didn't go, this is my wife, you know, Shaquita. He was into like, this is Helen, and I met her here. He was talking about his kid. I'm like, wow, I never saw my dad and mom be romantic. We never get together as a family. I thought, wow, but I wanted to be different. And I aspired to watch this guy every day. So this guy told me, he said, I need you to come to my house. I walked to this guy. 3 months after watching this guy, I walked up to this guy. Because seeing what y'all doing, you got to be aggressive sometimes. Because nobody's just going to knock on your door and go, hey, this is just some sweet girls just trying to change the world. You know, sometimes you got to go out and get